Remember when people used to say, I'm fine. I think it's fine. I think it's fine. I'm fine. Everything's fine. Do you guys remember that? That was really big, like, I don't know, 10 years ago or something. Well, listen, if that's you, this video is for you. Hey, what's up, go-getters? My name is Michelle. I am the owner of The Best Part, a life coaching company made just for women like you to teach you how to invest in yourself so that you can lead a more fulfilling life. And today's video is all about how to work on yourself even when your life is falling apart. Life is going to throw some challenges at you. There's no way around them. Challenges happen. It's going to happen. You cannot get around it. What you have to do instead is go through them. We're going to talk about ways that you can go through them, not necessarily unscathed, but changed. But if you have to be changed, if you have to be scarred, let's make it be scarred for the better. Let's make it be the best perspective that you can possibly have. The first thing that I want to share with you guys that I think is detrimental. It's not I think, it's I know. Detrimental. Are you hearing me? To this process, to the process of keeping perspective, is staying in the Word. And of course, the Word is your holy Bible. You've got to stay in the Word. You've got to. Whether that's listening to sermons, whether that's actually attending church, which I think is the number one thing that you can do, whether it is actually listening to seminars, whether it's small groups, which is also a great way to be getting into the Word, whether it's asking for prayer, honestly, which I just recently signed up for prayer. I think it's called Freedom Prayer. And I've never done that before, and I'm kind of nervous, but I'm practicing what I preach here. I'm telling you to do something that I am also doing. I feel like this is such a beneficial thing. And even if it's just on your own and you're just like crying out to God, I need you, I want to talk to you, I want to hear from you, and you're in your Word, you really can't go wrong, okay? And anybody out there who's like, what is this? What video did I check on? This is a Christian channel. I do talk about God. I do talk about reading the Bible. And I do talk about strengthening your spiritual awareness and your spiritual well-being. I'm just sharing my experience. I'm just sharing my beliefs and my faith. And if you're for it, great. If you're not, okay, I understand. I would love it if you would stay and hear me out the rest of the way. But if you don't, I can't make you stay. I can't make you get in the Word. I can't make you be interested in the Bible, but we do talk about that here on this channel, and I just want to let that be known. So staying in the Word is going to 100% get you in a better mindset, especially when you're going through some dark, dark times. The second thing that I want to tell you to do when you're going through hard times, this is going to sound kind of counterintuitive, like I don't understand why she even said that, but for people who have gone through hard times, this is a big thing. You have to share what's going on in your head. You have to find somebody that you feel comfortable with sharing what is happening and what you're thinking and what you're feeling. Sharing it and getting it out is so important. And this is a twofold reason here. So number one is if you bottle it up, you're bottling it up until it hurts. And then at that point in time, once it hurts, it's going to then have you feel worse. And then at that point in time, once it hurts so bad, it's going to have you feel worse because then nobody noticed. But you didn't tell anybody anything. This is that two-edged sword. If nobody noticed, but you didn't tell anybody anything, people can't read your mind. And so you've got to be aware and aware enough of yourself to recognize that if you're not sharing, nobody's going to know what's really going on. You've got to share. But if you didn't share, and nobody noticing, nobody's actually paying attention and they're not reaching out. Some people will. Some people are going to be really sensitive to it and they're going to be like, hey, are you okay? But some people won't. And you can't blame them for that. You need to, it's a two-way street there. So you've got to reach out and allow them in when they do reach out to you. Because I think that sometimes that's what happens too, is you reach out, they try to reach back, and then you shut down again. You can't do that. You've got to open up. You've got to open up. And I know that it's hard. It's hard, okay? I'm one of those people that I don't like sharing personal things, so I completely understand. But it's very important that you find at least one person or a group of people or a therapist or a coach or something like that, somebody like that who you can be like, this is what's going on, this is what I'm feeling, this is happening, and I need to discuss it, okay? Another way to help you stay in a good mindset when your world is on fire is to stay physically active. This is also a twofold, so hear me out. So staying active or being active is a mood lifter, like an instant mood lifter. It is so imperative for your body, for your circulation, for your mental health, for your physical health, for all of the things. Staying physically active or becoming physically active is so good for you. On the flip side of that, if you choose inactivity and negativity towards those actions, it becomes a vicious cycle of, I didn't work out, I'm going to eat bad because I don't feel good. Well, I might as well just continue to eat bad because I don't feel good. Well, now I don't want to work out because I can't work out. Now I'm bigger and all the things. It's a vicious, evil, horrible cycle. Let's not get into that. Let's go on ahead and work out. Stay active in some capacity. And I will make a video that talks about different ways that you can get active. I did talk about this a little bit in my anxiety video. Hopefully that's up by now. If it's not, I can link it in this video as well. But just remember that activity in some type of way, whether it's walking, whether it's stretching, whether it's weight training, whatever extreme or low impact you want to go, depending on your physical needs, try to stay in some capacity physically active. It keeps you grounded and it keeps you better off in the long run instead of spiraling out of control. Now, another thing that you can do to help you have an overall better perspective and better general mindset is to sleep enough. But there's a caveat to this. I feel like there's a caveat to almost all of these things. It's almost like a little balance that you have to maintain. But the caveat to sleeping well is not overdoing it. Okay, now hear me out. Because I talk to a lot of women who are like, all I want to do is sleep. That's all I want to do is just sleep. And I feel good when I'm in my bed. I want to curl up in my little bed. I want to have my tea or my coffee or whatever it is that I have, and my little warm blanket and my little show on or whatever. And I just want to sit there. And then I want to go to sleep. I understand. And sleep is nice, but you can overdo it. So let's talk about it. Too much of a good thing is a bad thing. And getting out there and enjoying the things that you would normally do is actually important. So is sleep. So you do want to make sure that you're getting adequate sleep. But you got to remember too that you're never going to actually catch up on sleep. So if you're feeling extra tired, it's almost like when you don't eat, you don't want to eat. When you sleep too much, you want to sleep more. It's just a bad rhythm that you've gotten into. So you've got to be able to be aware. And sleeping too much is also a sign of a depressive mood. It's a sign of a lack of enjoyment in life. You need to be able to recognize that there are things that maybe you haven't let yourself enjoy in a while. And it is much better to start pursuing those things again than to let yourself sleep through the rest of your life. Sleeping is important. It's detrimental, but you don't want to be doing it to the point to where you don't want to actually be an active participant in your life. My husband always tells me, you'll sleep when you're dead. And I'm like, kind of want to slap him sometimes. And honestly, I mean, he's not wrong. There are times when I'm like, I just want a nap. I'm so sleepy. And I think women need more sleep than men. And so you really do have to have that good balance of like, your man might only need 6 hours, but the woman needs 8 to 9. Okay. She just does. We just do. We need more sleep. But again, if you're sleeping and you're sleeping your life away and you're sleeping instead of doing things that you really genuinely enjoy doing, that's a sign that you need to be aware of so that you can correct it. So the next thing that you want to do is to eat well. And this goes without saying. Everybody knows that when you fuel your body, you are going to fuel your mind, and you're going to fuel your spirit, and you are going to fuel your physical abilities and your cognitive. I mean, the list goes on and on and on. So you want to make sure that you are eating right, eating well, okay? This is going to help you function at your tippity top of the best, okay? I have a client who is starting her own business, and I'm going to get her on here as soon as I possibly can. I'm going to do a little podcast style episode. I actually have a lot of different people that I'm loving. She's one of them. She'll get into all the fun details with you of what she does and what she knows, and just talk to you about all the different ways that you can better yourself. So I'm very excited to have her on. Can't wait for that. I'll let you know when that's coming. But she is one of those that talks about how eating is essential to your mental health and otherwise. The next thing that you want to do when your perspective is really heavy and life is really down and things are really hard is keep a journal, okay? And the reason that you want to keep a journal, I feel like this is like beat it with a dead horse. When are you going to stop talking about getting a journal? Everybody talks about getting a journal, but I cannot stress to you enough how important this is. Not only because you're getting all of your thoughts out of your mind, but this really truly is so important. You're getting all of your thoughts out of your head, out of your mind, and off your chest, but also you're going to be able to look back one day and read these journal entries and be like, wow, I remember that. I remember when I was in that place, and now I'm in a totally different place, and look how much I've grown, look how much has happened, look how far we've come. That is such a good feeling when you're able to look back and see where you were at versus where you are now. It's such a good feeling. You've got to do it. It's just do it. Even if you just go, just scribble all over the place, hey, it counts. Next thing you want to do is get perspective. And I know this whole thing has been kind of about perspective, but genuinely, the best thing that you can do sometimes is get the perspective of somebody else. Not only for what you're currently going through, but also the perspective of somebody else who is going through something of their own. And the reason is because a lot of times you don't have it as bad as somebody else does. I mean, let's just be honest. There are other people out there who are going through some real things. And even if you're going through a real thing, there's somebody out there who's either number one, been through it, or number two, going through something else or something worse, or number three, they are totally out of left field and they can lift you up. They're going through something great and they're in a good mood and they're jolly and they're happy and they can kind of have some of that little charisma rub off on you. And that's also a very helpful thing to have around you, is people who are jovial and kind and who can kind of take you out of those momentary slumps. The next thing that you want to do is develop the mental attitude that everything in life is temporary. My father used to say, it won't always be this way. And he's right. It won't always be this way. That's one of those things that I always keep in the back of my head. Even when it's really, really bad, even when it's really, really hard, I know that this is temporary. Everything is temporary. One day, you're not going to be here. I'm not going to be here. One day, the Bible says, this world will pass away, but my words will not pass away. Can I get an amen? I love the words of Jesus. One of my favorite podcasters used to say that, and I love that, and I want to adapt that into mine. I love the words of Jesus, okay? Jesus says, the world may pass away, the heaven and the earth may pass away, but my words will not pass away. And I can just rest on those words sometimes. And so if you can find some type of maybe it's a passage, maybe it's a book quote, whatever it is that can help you just in those moments stay grounded and go, you know what? It's going to be okay. This too shall pass, So another thing that you can do when things get really, really hard and life is throwing all the crap at you is make plans while you're in it. And stick to the plans, which is really hard to do when you're in it because that's when all the plans are going haywire. But if you can make those plans and stick to those plans, when things start to get easier, sticking to the plans will get easier. And you'll start to really see progress and really feel good about what you're working on and what you're going for. Of course, adjust the plans as needed, but plans and goals are important. Whether it's good times, mediocre times, bad times, whatever it is, having plans and goals. Number one thing that you can do to move that ball forward and to keep your hopes alive and to keep your mental health happy. And the very last thing of all the things that we have gone through, and it's been a lot, it's been a pretty hefty list, but the last thing that we were going to talk about is having faith. When things don't make sense, when they hurt, or when they seem unfair, have faith. You can call it hope if you want to call it hope. Whatever it is that you want to call it, hang on to that. Cling on to that. At the very least, that is the best thing that you can do for your life, is just have faith. And all these things, having faith, it kind of ties all the rest of those things together. You can have faith that it's going to get better. You can have faith that working out's worth it. You can have faith that creating a goal is worth it. You can have faith that what you're working on is going to get somewhere. You can have faith that even though you really want to sleep, you need to get up and you need to be doing things because that's what's most important. You can have faith and you can make change and you will get through this. It's a season, right? That's what they say in the Christian lingo. It's season. And it's just true. It's true through the hills and the valleys. So have a little faith. That's going to help you get through. Now, was there anything that this list is missing? What do you think? Did you hear anything that kind of surprised you? Did you hear anything that you were like, man, I just really needed to hear that? Let me know down below what you think, okay? I'd love to hear from you. And if there is anything that you want me to expound upon, that you were like, man, I really want to hear a little bit more about that specific topic, let me know down below. I would be happy to make that video specifically for you. If you are interested in getting private coaching, I do have availability. My website is going to be linked down below. My Instagram is going to be linked down below. And I also have a Craving Clarity video. If you haven't checked that out yet, please do. Follow me on Instagram and shoot me a DM and I'll send it over to you. It's kind of like a little mini class. I also have a ebook coming out that I'm very excited about. It's about self-awareness. It's like an ebook and a challenge all wrapped into one. I'm sorry I got the Wheels on the Bus going on because my son likes to sing the Wheels on the Bus song. But anyways, that was the mom and me coming out. But yes, I do have that ebook coming out. I'm very excited about it. And so I look forward to sharing that with you all and I will let you know when it is available. Until then, always remember that you've got this. Do better, go getter, and have a great day. I'll see you in the next video.